guys, and welcome to another Mad Chili video. Today we're on Train Sim World 2 on the Bakerloo line. Today we're going to be doing part number 4 of our journey. This is episode number 5 because of course the Bakerloo line introduction is not part of this journey. Episode number 4, we're going to be doing the travelling the tube scenario. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be taking a tube stop from Queen's Park down to Elephant and Castle. It's got a difficulty marker of 2 blocks, so probably not expecting much, maybe a few red signals here and there, but probably nothing exciting. So go ahead and just click on here. Trial time should be about, it should be around half an hour. This video will probably end up being about 35 minutes in all, so not too bad. One of the shortest scenarios, definitely. It's basically the return of scenario number 1, so episode number 3. That was Waterloo up to Queen's Park back down to Elephant and Castle. So we've got 2 more stops than going back to Waterloo. So I'm expecting something half interesting, because obviously they probably wouldn't just duplicate. They probably wouldn't duplicate scenarios like that. So there would have to be something a bit different. But anyway, this is a southbound service. This service travels to and terminates at Elephant and Castle. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to go ahead and unlock the left doors. Make sure this is set to Elephant and Castle. It is. Perfect. Right, and oh yes, we need to get the train set up because the game doesn't want us to set up the train. But I want to. So I think it should be set up. There we go. Right, we should be ready to depart now. Just need to wait until 15:30. Go ahead and lock the doors. Pretty nice weather here, actually. It's afternoon right now. So next up is Kilburn. So away we go. Oh, going a little bit quickly there. And there we go. Yes, it's currently afternoon. Quite nice little thing. I'm positive the next stop before Queen's Park isn't Kilburn, is it? I was being silly. Right, just check the cab light is set to right. It is perfect. Alright. Right, speed limit is now 35, so up to 35 we go. Remember, obviously, we're not ignoring what the game says. We're going from the start of the train, as they do on the London Underground, and not the end of the train, as it is in this game. Because that's how all of the rest of Train Sim runs. So, back to off and release. And we'll just cruise our way down to Kilburn. Now, remember, all of this is downhill. This first stretch, obviously, as we've gone from overground to underground, this entire stretch today is underground. So, I don't know, I'm guessing we're going to be following a train or something. There's going to be a train quite close by or something to follow. This is going to be my guess. What on earth? Why we're not braking? That's why. It's because we're going mostly downhill. That's why braking was a little bit dodgy there. A little bit not quite as good as I expected. But never mind. We've stopped pretty much good anyway. Open the right doors. Hello and welcome everyone. This station is Kilburn. Next up, Maida Vale. Okay, it looks like we have a bit of a... Oh, no, man, I thought I said a minute between Kilburn and Maida Vale. It's actually a minute and a half. Also, we're very early here at Kilburn because the timetable gave 3 minutes. So we've got to wait here now for a little bit of time. So we can't actually have an explorer around, unfortunately, because this is a station that's underground, so the game doesn't let us access external cameras or anything like that, unfortunately. But we can have a look outside the window. You can see there's the board. Only works for us, of course, because it's a scenario, so it won't be displaying any AI trains, which is kind of a shame because it means we can't see if there's any AI around us or not. It's kind of helpful to know sometimes. We'll have a little look at our schedule. Meanwhile, there's nothing that pops out here at the moment anyway. We should be finished by 15:58, so about half hour, 28 minutes from now. So it's about a half hour long scenario. So we'll just sit here now we'll probably wait until 15:33 and then go about 10 seconds early. That's what I tend to do. Sadly, there's no announcements we can play around with or whatever, but oh well. That's that, I guess. Hello, we'll play around with whistle, because why not? Quite cool. I like that they have whistles, not horns. It's like steam trains. It's not common for trains to have whistles. I mean, this train is pretty old. I mean, 1972. It entered service, so it's very, very old. Okay, a train coming in the other direction. I don't know, no one's really boarding now, but we'll go ahead and shut the doors. Because it's almost time to depart. So next station is Maida Vale. Away we go, heading downhill at the moment still, so shouldn't be much of an issue going up to 35 mile an hour. You can see there's Maida Vale, 800 yards, got a minute and a half to do that. And for the same length of station same length between stations last time, we had 3 minutes. So still the slight bugs in the timetables clearly. But never mind, it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as we can just sort of follow on a half decent timetable, shouldn't really be much of an issue. Obviously, we were quite early there, but the speed limit is now 35 all the way to Maida Vale, and then it goes down to 30 afterwards, by the looks of it. So yeah, just cruising along. This thing, as I said in other videos, this thing coasts really well. I mean, we're still maintaining 34, and only now we just dropped down to 33, so it's pretty good actually at coasting this train. But you can see we're totally flat, so it shouldn't take us too long to brake. We'll just start braking about now, I think. Oh no. Oh, have I slightly overshot? Oh, actually, that was pretty good. Ah, perfection. maybe a bit of a rough stop, but pretty good. That was pretty nice. So then, we are a little bit early here in Maida Vale, but not really that early at all. You can see there, look, wait a few seconds, we'll close the doors. I like to go 10 seconds early, because then by the time the doors are shut, we're already 5 seconds early, and then by the time we've actually departed, we're basically on time, so it's generally the right thing to do. They go 940 yards, next station, Warwick Avenue, in 2 minutes' time. So the speed limit actually goes down to 30 now, so got to keep that in mind. But you can see that we're actually heading downhill right now, so we'll just back up on the throttle. Let the hill sort our speed out. Does mean we should be able to coast pretty well if we're going mildly down. It's not a big grade, it's only 0.5%. Actually, the speed limit goes back up to 35 up here as well. And remember, this being on the London Underground, we can, of course, just hit that immediately. So there's Warwick Avenue. We'll just put it into the menu at the top. I'm not really interested in seeing anything else. Right, there's 35 limit. So we can go up to 35 now. Remember, as we pass, that was the front of the train passes it, not the rear of the train, like it is in Train Sim, because it's not realistic. And off and release. We'll let this thing coast now, because we're not heading downhill, so we should just be able to coast pretty good. And there we go. This is Warwick Avenue. And there we go, this is Warwick Avenue. We are 30 seconds early, actually. So yeah, that's been the trend so far today. Early, basically, that's been the trend. There's a lot of trains heading in the other direction. I've heard quite a few trains. I don't know whether we'll run into any other trains. Maybe I did a scenario about it yesterday, off camera. I had to wait for about 5 minutes at Elephant and Castle. It's quite interesting. But that wasn't a scenario. That was just a timed run. Because I was in one of those like busy patches, so there was like 3 trains within 4 minutes, like it would be in real life. That's how the timetable works on this particular map. Sometimes the trains are 20 minutes apart, other times they're 1 minute apart. Again, at the moment there's only 201 services. They are planning to put that up to about 450, which is real world levels, but they haven't currently done that yet. Apparently, I think there's an issue with basically making sure that the AI don't bug out. Because if you think about all the other train sim maps, this is from the Q&A, by the way. Again, just search train simulator on YouTube, and they have a YouTube channel. It's in their Q&As they did about this game. Basically, all the other maps for this game have portals, of course. So, for example, the London Paddington to Reading route, which we're actually passing under Paddington now. So it'd be kind of cool if you could just walk into the other map from Paddington, wouldn't it? Would be really cool. But anyway, obviously all the trains after departing Reading, they just disappear because that's the end of the map. But with this map, obviously they don't do that. They don't disappear because their entire well, everything There you go, there's the other side of Paddington. The whole route is included, so there's no portal. So obviously if one AI was to get stuck, it would cause havoc if there was busy services. But with less services, it's not so bad, because they're less likely to get stuck then, if there's less. Because you know what AI is like sometimes. Okay, we'll go ahead and stop the train there. There's Paddington. Change here for the National Rail Services, and yeah, as I said, it would be absolutely lovely if you could get out here and then walk up the stairs and end up in the GWR map. That'd be quite cool, even if I had to load it in. But yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of trains going the other direction. I haven't seen any others. You know, I guess we won't see others going in our direction. But there's definitely a lot. If there's a lot going in the other direction, there probably isn't any going in this direction. Because I think there's only about 7 or 8 trains that spawn in at once on this map at the moment. That's the reason for the limited timetable. I think it's like 10 maybe. 10 trains going about their business, something like that. Next up is Edgware Road. Current speed limit out of Paddington is 20, then it increases to 35 once we pass this corner. So you can see, look, this is what I mean about the policy clearly being on the London Underground. Like, you know, normally the speed limit is 20 around that curve, so once the whole train passes that curve, it goes straight up to 35. It's not like, it isn't like the game where it suddenly puts it to 35, because by the time it does that, there'll be a 30 limit in force. You can see the 30 limit actually starts here, look. So we'll actually only go up to 30, not 35. I don't get onto the speed of this train. Like, right now we're on a flat gradient, look, and it's struggling to even get to 30, and yet above ground we were managing 45 no problem. It does slightly confuse me. It almost feels like the performance of the train is different underground. Or maybe it is, I don't know. I don't suppose I have any Bakerloo line drivers watching, do I? That might know. Right, and stop. Open the left doors. And I can hear another train going in the other direction. It's mad. Much more trains going in the other direction. It's mad. See, look, is that the next station? Look, that might be Marylebone. Then they're very close together, so we can actually see the next station. It's quite cool. You can see that on the Bakerloo line sometimes. And shut the left door. Off we go. Speed limit is 25 apparently on this bit. Okay. I mean, it's a very short gap between stations. We can already see the next station. I'm positive going in the other direction. The speed limit on this part of the line is 35. 30, not 35. I'm positive it's 30, not 25. But oh well, I can hear another train going the other direction. There's a lot of trains heading the other way. It's mad. There's not normally that many. Unless they're literally all heading the other direction, and we're the only train going this way, which would make for a bit of a boring scenario, but I guess. Who knows. Alright, approaching London Marylebone Station. Change here for National Rail Services. And we're bang on time, because there's such a short gap between stations that the timetable for once is correct. Speed limit out of here is going to be 25 still. Yeah, look at that, bang on time. That's mad. It's like the first time as well. First time we're not late or early thanks to these silly timetables. So as soon as we finish, close. Next stop, Baker Street. Again, speed limit now is 25 until Baker Street. And we can see Baker Street in the distance. I'm positive the speed limit is like 30 on this part of the line in the other direction, not 25. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't know. I do wonder which end of the Bakerloo line is quickest. Like, is it quicker to go from Elephant and Castle to Harrow and Wiltstone, or the other way round? I mean, there must be a difference. Like, even if it's only a minute. There must be. Just because there's slightly different gradients and things. And the speed limit. So there you go. Into Baker Street we go. This is Baker Street what I'm on about. I believe the Bakerloo line is called the Bakerloo line for Baker Street, isn't it? Is that why it's called it? I think it's called the Bakerloo actually, because it goes from. I think did it used to go from Waterloo to Bakerloo to. It goes from Waterloo to Bakerloo. No, it goes from Waterloo to Baker Street, so it's called the Bakerloo. Makes sense. I think so. Anyway, I think that's why. It's a very curved station. This look. We can see our train back there, and we're quite early actually, so we'll wait a little bit. Speed limit is 25 out of here, and then it increases to 30 shortly after. So yeah, you can see. Look, London Marylebone was a bit of a rarity. Being there's another train on the other side. Look. Right, close the doors. Why are there so many on the other side? It's not normal. Next station is Regent's Park. But look, we join up with the a siding there. I think it's like a. Oh dear. Since when can we always look outside? I didn't know that. Oh, there you go. It just stopped us then. I think the tunnel did go a bit. I was going to say I didn't think it always let us do that. It's quite cool though. I think it's when the whole train leaves the station that it stops you letting you do that. Quite an interesting camera. Right, there we go, up to 30 miles an hour. I did forget about that actually. So I got it on up to 30 the entire time. But there we go. Got to be more careful on the braking now because we've been coming to the last few stations at a lot less than this, so got to be careful. I'm surprised we're doing 30 on a corner though. Often corners like this have a 25 limit, but okay. There we go, this is Regent's Park. We're 30 seconds early again. As is kind of normal. There's our train, look. All the way down the very, very empty platform. Don't think it's really that empty in real life, but pretty perfect spot. Stop, look at that, right on the little line. There isn't really a stop marker anywhere, is there? Unless it is that little thing, but I don't think, because some stations you go past that. So another train on the other side. Why are there so many? It's crazy. Right, close the doors. There we go, introduce the power, and speed limit is 30 and then decreases to 25. Next stop, Oxford Circus in 2 minutes time. So away we go. I do like how, like, this game, I'm so glad that they decided to make the Bakerloo line for this game. It's like, it's probably the best, London Underground sim out there now. Although it's technically called Train Sim. I mean, I played World of Subways 3, and in my opinion, this is better. World of Subways 3 is a bit out of date now, that's the thing. I mean, it was very good in terms of physics-wise and things, but it's out of date in terms of the trains. And also it wasn't technically deep level tube. It was the Circle line. So although it was London Underground, it wasn't the tube. Which is what it's known as in London and things. It's known as the tube, so that's more the deep level tube more than anything. That's kind of like the more unusual. Right? It's really cool though. Also the speed limit actually goes down to 20 here. Interesting. Got a 20 limit to deal with. And there's the station. Look. I suppose we're doing 20 all the way into the station, but I guess, okay, why not? Also, we're definitely going up, we're going uphill. I was going to say, we're losing a lot of speed there when coasting. We'll just go shunt power. There we go, it's crazy. When you come into a station going 20, it does look so slow, compared to like 35 or something. It doesn't look quite as fast as real life though. I mean, I always find it quite hard to believe. Like, if you're on a tube train, it feels like you're going like 50 or something. If you've ever been on a tube train, it feels like you're going quite quickly, in my opinion. When they come into the stations, it looks like they're doing like crazy fast speeds, but they're actually not. Like, the top speed of most of these lines is about 40, and a lot of that is actually above ground. Like, most of the underground, they're doing 30, 35, like the Bakerloo line does. It's quite cool. Right, shut the doors. Up we go. Speed limit is still 25 at the moment. No, still 20, but it will go up to 25. No, we'll go up to 30 briefly. Next stop is Piccadilly Circus. Yeah, we're slowing downhill. It's quite difficult to keep track of this. Heading uphill on the way into Oxford Circus, and now we're heading downhill. I don't know what speed limit is 20 along this part. There's no real reason for it to be 20, is there? I mean, there's no corners, is there? We've definitely left the previous station by now. Who knows? Anyway, the speed limit goes up to 30 up here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we should see a little. It might be a T, it might be a 30. I don't know. There we go. 30 up to parallel on there now. Give it a bit more power. Obviously, from the start of the sign, not the end of the train, like the game suggests. Right, there we go. And then the limit actually goes straight back down to 20, funnily enough. Because I think, yeah, this is the station where you can sort of see the other tracks briefly. You can see across, look. The other side platform's definitely longer than this side platform. And there you go, this is Piccadilly Circus. Change here for the Piccadilly line. There we go. See everyone getting on back there. A little bit early, but pretty good. It's a nice little, fun little scenario, this one, actually. The train won't move, by the way, if you open the window, unless you hit this thing here. The drop light interlock, unless you turn that to cut out. Right, close left, doors. And away we go. Speed limit is 25 out of this station. Good to know. Next station is Charing Cross. So remember, yeah, we passed the 25 limits, we'll go up to 25. Not 20 like the game suggests. Not really different, really, is it? And then there is actually a 20 limit coming up shortly anyway. And then down to 20. So next station is Charing Cross. We're just turning round to that now. So I think, we should be quite close actually to Elephant and Castle now. I think it's Charing Cross, Embankment, and then Waterloo, Lambeth North, Elephant and Castle. So it's not too far left to run. I think. I'm pretty sure Waterloo's after Embankment. I reckon in real life as well, this journey probably takes less time. Of course, it takes more time in the game because of the stupid timetables. But there we go. We'll just let the passengers board. You can see there's the next station. So this is one of the stations where there's a very, very short gap. I think it's the shortest gap on the network, this one, which is probably why there's only a speed limit of 20, because you don't really need a high speed limit, honestly. Like this, we're probably going to get to 20 and then have to, almost be at the station. Right, lock the doors. Next stop, Embankment. And you can see, yeah, after Embankment it is Waterloo. Yeah, very short gap now to the next station, which is Embankment. So we can just cruise along at this very low speed, really. And we can just see the next station already. It's kind of nuts. Like, when I was following another train, I think when I did that scenario yesterday, not scenario, like timetable mode, I was 1 minute behind the next train. So when I got to that last station there, Charing Cross, I could actually see it parked at Embankment. It's quite cool. That only happens when the trains are that close together. They're not always that close together. In real life they often are, but not in this game at the moment. But again, hopefully Dovetail will deliver on their promise to extend the timetable, but who knows. I am hoping that, unlike Train Sim World 2020, where they just didn't stick to the roadmap at all, Hopefully they will actually stick to that. They have got a roadmap on their site, Dovetail Games. Hopefully they stick to it this time, because they didn't last time. Timetable's pretty good there. Leaving without having to wait, which is kind of crazy. Next station is Waterloo, and we're allowed it to 35 mile an hour. Pretty much straight away, not quite straight away, although we may just trigger it at the right time. 20, there you go, there's the 35 limit, just past 20, so that's perfect. So up to 35 we go. We'll actually be straight down to 25 again, but better than nothing. So you can see that we're going pretty quickly. It's not often that you do even 35 in the tunnel. We'll go off and release now and slow down for the 25 limit, which is there, and then that carries into Waterloo then. And then we'll just coast it into Waterloo then. And after this, just 2 more stations, and then that is it. The end of this video and scenario. There we go. This is Waterloo. The other station that the Bakerloo, I believe, is named after. And then, because of the timetable, we've now got to wait here for 20 seconds, so... you can see, like, the whole cab from in here. And then you can see the station, obviously. And then the broken platform monitors that we do need to... They're one of the quests in this. You can repair the platform monitors, which is quite cool. It's good to see the broken one actually reflect as well. That's quite interesting. Right, close the doors. And speed limit is actually 30 out of this station. Next up is Lambeth North. Yeah, there's the 30 limits. We can go straight up to that, and it'll be that now until it will be a 30 limit into Lambeth North. So we'll actually be approaching a station at quite a high speed for once. Hasn't happened for a while. Although actually, no, never mind. The speed limit goes back down to 25. Ignore that. Doesn't seem like we can go that quick really on this. I don't know. I'm positive the other direction underground has faster speed limits than this way. I feel like the speed limits are lower than they normally are. Maybe it's just because I've been doing a lot of, obviously in the videos, a lot of the scenarios have involved going above ground. The last one did anyway. And the next scenario is the one I really look forward to. It's 50 minutes long. It's basically like a full run through of the entire line. But what makes me intrigued, it actually has like 4 out of 5 difficulty blocks filled in, which means it probably isn't just a full run of the line. There's probably something interesting that's going to happen, whether it's like, I don't know, red signals, I don't know, like having to maybe change trains or something, I don't know, something interesting will probably happen. Yeah, when you see more difficulty blocks on a scenario that looks very normal, it's generally an indication that something quite good happens. Well, quite exciting at least, quite fun. That's why when I see ones like this with 1 and 2 difficulty blocks, I don't even know why this one has 2 difficulty blocks and not just 1 difficulty block. It's quite simple, really. I think it is literally just a driver service, basically, isn't it, this one? Who knows, maybe we'll get held outside Elephant and Castle or something, although judging by the timetable we won't. I've actually allowed it to up to 30 now, and then it'll be down to 20, and then 10 into Elephant and Castle. I still think that's quite a silly name for a station, though. Who named it that? Like, Elephant and Castle? Like, yes, that's the... Like, someone went, we're going to build a brand new station. What should we call it? Elephant and Castle. It's just like, yeah, that makes sense. Where did they come up with that? Like, Elephant? Castle? Yeah, let's put them together. Makes no sense at all. I don't know, I'm sure there's a reason it's called that. I don't know what the reason is, though. I thought the limit went up to 30. I guess it only went up to 25 then, did it? And then we need to slow down for 20, and that looks like Elephant and Castle up there. So it's a 20 limit into the station, and then it goes down to like 10 afterwards, after the station. But you can see, yeah, we're not even having to wait to get in, look. So I'm not really sure why this particular scenario had so many difficulty blocks, well, 2 difficulty blocks rather than just 1, because nothing's actually happened. Hello and welcome everyone to Elephant and Castle, our last port of call today. Last station stop. This train terminates here. All change. There we go. And everyone should now be off. Hopefully. See, there's our train, just driven it away from Queen's Park. Now, the game will probably try to get us to reset the cab, so... No, it didn't, actually. That was just it. That's great. There we go, that's our train. Can I hide, like, the HUD or something? Oh, rip. Went out of full screen mode there by accident. Also, OBS hasn't picked it back up that I've... Oh, never mind. I think I've messed up the game resolution. Rip. I've totally messed up the game resolution. I'll just change that now. Yeah, it's gone a bit messed up. But it's not like this on my... It's just gone really low. I think by going out of full screen I messed the game up. There we go. Let's solve that. That's better. There we go. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? Anyway. Yep, that was number... So you can see, look, it had, like, 2 difficulty blocks. I'm not really sure why. But this next one should be very interesting. Elephant and Castle up to Harrow and Wealdstone. 4 difficulty blocks. So something exciting must happen, right? But you guys, did really enjoy today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!